Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. When the Cleveland Browns took the field against the Baltimore Ravens last Sunday, nobody could have predicted just how much that game would stir the AFC North waters and send shockwaves through the entire division. It was a game filled with drama, uncertainty, and moments of raw emotion, especially considering the circumstances that led to the Browns having to throw rookie quarterback Shedeur into the deep end for his first NFL action. And let me tell you, Browns fans, it was a roller coaster from start to finish, highlighting both the struggles and the resilience of this team as they continue fighting for a playoff spot, and who knows, maybe even more. The story begins with the Browns' quarterback situation, which has been somewhat unsettled lately. Dillon Gabriel, the team's starting quarterback and a player who's been steadily improving in his second NFL season, got sidelined during the game due to a head injury. He had to be placed in the league's concussion protocol, leaving Cleveland with no choice but to turn to Shedeur, a rookie who was very much untested in live game scenarios. Now, Browns fans, this was a tough spot for Sanders, who had never taken a regular season snap before this game. You could feel the weight of that moment as he stepped onto the field in the second half, trying to keep the team in the game despite being thrown into a situation that was far from ideal. And let's be honest, Browns fans, it wasn't pretty. Sanders looked visibly nervous, and it showed. He finished the game with just 4 completions on 16 attempts for 47 yards, threw an interception, and also lost a fumble. Those stats don't jump off the page, but what really matters is the context. This was a rookie being thrown into the fire with no previous game reps in the NFL, trying to execute under intense pressure. It's easy to criticize, but we know how brutal defenses in the league can be, and facing a team like the Ravens, with their stout pass rush and disciplined secondary, makes it even tougher. Sanders, in his post-game comments, was refreshingly honest about his performance. He joked that he hadn't even thrown a pass to Jerry Jeudy, the Browns' WR1 this season, which was an amusing way of showing how little practice reps he had with the team's top targets. But beneath that humor was a clear sense of accountability. Sanders took full responsibility for his performance, acknowledging that he didn't play up to expectations and that there's a lot for him to learn. He mentioned how he's eager to get more practice and more reps so he can be better prepared for when his number is called again. That kind of attitude, Browns fans, is exactly what you want to see in a young quarterback. Someone who's humble, hungry, and ready to learn from every mistake. The coaching staff, led by Kevin Stefanski, also had to make some tough decisions. As Stefanski explained during his post-game press conference, the plan was to give Gabriel most of the reps in practice to prepare him as the starter, which meant Sanders wasn't getting those crucial reps during the week. That's understandable, but it also came back to bite them. When Gabriel had to leave the game, Sanders was thrown into a challenging situation with little preparation, and the results showed. Still, the Browns fought hard even when things looked bleak, and that resilience is something fans should hold on to. The game was close, and Cleveland had a real shot to win it, especially in the final moments. Let's talk about that final drive because it encapsulates the ups and downs of this game. The Browns were on Baltimore's 25-yard line with just over a minute remaining, facing a critical 4th and 5. It was the kind of situation where you need a clutch play, and Browns fans, it seemed like this was our moment. The Ravens appeared to jump off sides, which would have given Cleveland an automatic first down and a prime opportunity to tie or even take the lead. But alas, the referees didn't call it, and the pressure on Sanders increased. On the very next play, he threw an incomplete pass under pressure, sealing the game for Baltimore. That play was a microcosm of the game, full of what-ifs and tough breaks. The offsides penalty would have moved the chains, and perhaps with a fresh set of downs, Cleveland could have punched it in for the game-tying score. But it wasn't meant to be, and the frustration was visible on the sideline, especially from players like Wyatt Teller, who was visibly angry after the missed call. Yet amidst all that, you could see the fight in this Browns team. They didn't give up, and that's something Browns fans can be proud of, even in defeat. And of course, there's the dropped pass by Gage Larvadain in the end zone earlier in the drive. That could have been the game-tying touchdown, a moment Browns fans will replay in their minds. It highlights how fine the line is in the NFL between victory and defeat. Every play counts, and the mental toughness to bounce back from these setbacks is what will define this team moving forward. Now, looking ahead, the big question is what comes next for Cleveland. Will Shedeur Sanders get another shot at starting? That's uncertain right now. Kevin Stefanski confirmed that Gabriel remains the starter if he's healthy, but Sanders' performance, for all its struggles, showed that he's got the raw talent and the hunger to keep fighting. This kid, despite the rough debut, showed some flashes of potential, and Browns fans should be encouraged by his attitude and work ethic. It's worth noting that Sanders himself is eager to learn and improve, knowing that this league demands perfection and consistency. In terms of the division, the AFC North remains fiercely competitive. The Ravens, with their strong defense and dynamic offense, continue to be a tough opponent for Cleveland. The Steelers and Bengals are right behind, making every game in this division a playoff battle. But the Browns, with their resilient defense, talented skill players like Judy, and a young quarterback who's hungry to prove himself, have the ingredients to make a deep playoff run if they can tighten up some of the inconsistencies and capitalize on opportunities like the one missed in Baltimore. The Browns' season has been marked by moments of brilliance mixed with setbacks, but that's what makes this team so interesting. The coaching staff, led by Stefanski, has shown they can adapt, and players like Judy are becoming more integrated into the offense. The defense continues to be a strength, with a mix of veteran leadership and young talent eager to make plays. The challenge now is consistency and mental toughness, especially when facing playoff-caliber teams. And let's not forget, Browns fans, that every game is a learning experience. Sanders' debut, while tough, is just the beginning for him. With more practice, more reps, and more confidence, he could become a real weapon for Cleveland in the future. The team's core is solid, and the division is wide open. This season might not be over yet, and if the Browns can clean up some mistakes and find ways to finish games, they have a real shot at making noise in the postseason. Throughout this season, Cleveland has shown they're a team that fights until the final whistle. Whether it's the defense stepping up in crucial moments or young players like Sanders learning on the fly, the message is clear. This franchise is building something special. And as fans, we need to stay patient, keep supporting, and trust that brighter days are ahead. With the talent on this roster and the passion in the stands, Cleveland Browns fans have plenty to look forward to. This team isn't backing down, and they're definitely not done fighting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the focus now shifts to next week's game against the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a critical matchup, and Browns fans will be watching closely to see how this young team responds. Will Shedeur Sanders get another shot to show what he can do? Will the coaching staff give him some more opportunities to grow and learn? The answer might depend on how Gabriel progresses through the concussion protocol, but one thing is certain. Cleveland is in a rebuilding phase, and every game, every play, and every moment counts. The Browns' front office and coaching staff are well aware of the stakes. They've been emphasizing the importance of resilience, discipline, and mental toughness. That's what it takes to beat teams like the Ravens, who are perennial playoff contenders. Cleveland's defense, which has been a bright spot all season, will need to continue imposing its will, forcing turnovers, and making life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Meanwhile, the offense, with Judy and others, needs to find consistency and rhythm, especially in critical moments. Fans, we all know that football is a game of inches, of split-second decisions, and of perseverance. Cleveland Browns have shown in recent weeks that they're a team capable of fighting back from adversity. The loss was tough, no doubt about it, but it's also a learning experience that can be a catalyst for growth. Players like Sanders, who are still young and learning the nuances of the NFL, will take this game as motivation to improve and come back stronger. The AFC North is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Ravens are on top right now, but the Browns are right there, hungry and ready to pounce. The Steelers and Bengals are lurking, waiting for their chance to make a move. If Cleveland can tighten up in key areas, especially on offense and special teams, and keep that fighting spirit alive, they'll have a real shot at not just making the playoffs, but making some serious noise once they get there. Looking at the bigger picture, this season has been about building resilience, developing young talent, and setting the foundation for future success. The arrival of players like Judy has added a new dimension to the offense, and Sanders, despite his rough start, is showing that he has the heart of a competitor. The coaching staff's ability to adapt and make in-game adjustments will be tested over the coming weeks, but if they can keep this team motivated and focused, Cleveland Browns fans should be excited about what's to come. In the end, football is a game of hope and perseverance. Even in defeat, there are lessons to be learned and opportunities to grow. Browns fans, you've seen your team fight tooth and nail this season, and that's what truly matters. The journey isn't over yet, and with each passing game, Cleveland is laying the groundwork for a brighter future. Whether it's through developing young players like Sanders or refining their game plan, the Browns are showing the grit and determination that define this proud franchise. So as we look ahead to next week and beyond, keep your heads up, Browns fans. The road is long and there will be more challenges, but our team remains resilient. The AFC North is fierce, but Cleveland has the talent and the heart to rise to the occasion. Stay supportive, stay passionate, and keep believing in this team because, with a little more work and a lot of heart, they can achieve great things. This season is far from over, and I have no doubt that Browns fans will be cheering loud and proud as this team continues to grow and chase that elusive Super Bowl victory. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.